Then I go here to HLTV and I see this. What the is Valve doing? The community designs the skins, the community designs the map, the community is providing insane amount of money just by opening the cases, the community is finding bugs and problems of the game and report them detail on social media and forums, the community is creating game mode ideas like Battle Royale, Danger Zone and retakes, the community is still sticking around for 20 plus years. And in return, all the community asks for is a working proper attitude you don't get and the missing CSGO content like server browser or unranked MM, which they still haven't added. And the worst thing is you have this a working server browser on Classic Offensive, but you don't have it in CS2. And people still defend CS2 content creators. Wait, your tank player leaves a roster post roster lock and your sub has heart surgery and Faceit won't allow you to have an emergency sub. At the moment, you will have to use the available subs you have to play with. No other additions are allowed to be added since roster lock is now in place. Or sub player is literally having emergency heart surgery, you don't have anyone else. We can get proof if required. Far as adding emergency replacement, I will respond with an answer soon as I can in this regard. Thank you for the consideration. Hello, unfortunately we won't be able to add any replacements. Your team will have to use your available substitutes you currently have now. He is getting a heart surgery. We have no sub. Caps. Bro. The thing is, this is Overwatch, and Overwatch is now feeling the pain of dealing with Faceit. But no, wait, I have to show you something. This is crazier than anything. Wait, I have to show you this, guys. 1 second. I think I'm gonna add this all together over here to comment later. But look, I told Faceit to do solo duo queue with prizes 2 years ago. Look, 2023. Today's video is sponsored by RainGG. Rain is one of the fastest growing CS2 case opening sites. Besides fun case openings, they offer game modes like case battles, upgrader, and doubles. Rain gives players free daily, weekly, and monthly cases. If you sign up with my code LOBA, you get 3 free cases and 5 deposit bonus. The site supports instant deposit and withdrawals using skins or crypto. If you want to try Rain, click the first link in the pinned comment and use code LOBA to claim your rewards. Please remember, loot boxes sites can be addictive, so make sure you're over 18 and only spend money you can afford to lose. Good luck. Faceit person, he's like the CEO there, contacts me. How was Faceit update? Good one. That's when they came out with the CS2 update. They're gonna put like 5v5 to motivate people to play 5v5 stacks. They're gonna make sure that their plan was, we're gonna make sure that the 5v5 stacks are overpowered. That will force solo and duo queue people to 5 stack and they will stop playing solo and duo, because solo and duo, the biggest problem is toxicity, you know. And I try to explain to the guy that he's completely clueless. I'll do a whole video about this. I have more screenshots. He's completely clueless. He has no idea what he's talking about. He should talk to more pros, get feedback, and then try to understand, because he doesn't play the game. He's like, no, Loba, you're clueless. The problem we have is that not enough people are 5 stacking. And I try to explain, yeah, but a lot of people don't have friends. They don't have who to stack with. And they're like, okay, we don't give a fuck about them. I'm like, so you think it's fair to have 5, like that's the problem now. You have a 5 stack of Donk, Monessi, I don't know. And they're in queue for an hour and a half to 2 hours. They're in queue. And NA, they're in queue for like 2 days and they don't get a game. So I tell him that don't make sense. I won't play FPL because they did the 5 stack in FPL as well. And then what would happen? 2 guys are in queue, 3 guys are in queue, 2 more guys are in queue, and 5 guys are in queue. And then there's like 2 or 3 guys single in queue. And the guys who are single in queue and the guys who are duo in queue, they're in queue for an hour and the game finishes, and the guys who 5 stack queued, they get a game. The guys over here with 3 and 2 stack get a game, and the solo players and the second double stack and the other double stack don't get a game. They're like, what the fuck, bro? I've been waiting for an hour. And they're like, unlucky, the guys 5 stacked, so they got a game and you didn't. And they're like, but bro, I'm in queue for an hour. And Faceit don't use their brain. They don't play the game. Most of the admins don't play the game. They don't understand the game. They don't understand anything. So they were bouncing ideas off of me because I made FPLC for them and I never asked for money for anything. I was just like, make it work for people to play. They bounce an idea in 2023 and I tell them, I told Mikey and Martin that I won't play FPL or normal Faceit for now, only clan. And I played clan because I had my own clan with prizes, and then I would play there and troll with people and have fun and joke, and I wouldn't stress about winning or losing. And I say, they put solo queue players versus 5-stack players. I never had a problem because I always had people in clan, Freezer, Hayes, Doc, me, KD, Spawn. Like I had no problem. I always had a 5-stack, so it was good for me. But I was mad because they put solo queue players versus me with a 5-stack, and we're just running them over. And the guys are not having fun because the game is boring for them. I'm not having fun because I'm not practicing or improving. I'm just getting a higher elo so I can say, look, my elo is 4K. I'm sick. And then how did you get the elo? Well, I've used 5-stack versus solo and duo players. Like, bro, who feels that's a good idea? I say, instead of solo plus duo queue for prizes and competition, FPL solo queue and unranked 5-stacks. So if you want to play 5-stack, you can play it unranked. No elo, no prizes, nothing. You play 5-stack and you have fun with your 5-stack. But if you're gonna play solo and duo, you make it like LOL, League of Legends, where they have solo and duo, and you grind with that. I wouldn't even have duo, but let's keep it duo. So if somebody wants to play with a friend, they can duo and grind, and it's still not unfair as it is trio and 4 and 5, where a guy who's solo queuing and the guy who's 5-stacking, they get the same elo win or loss and the same points on the elo leaderboard to win the money. And then you have a bunch of pro stacking and winning money. So I'm gonna dodge playing it until an update is out. I troll in clan 1-2 games daily to 3 premier troll. This was premium troll like in CS2, and it's enough. They put even FPL 5-stacks allowed. It's a joke, whoever is running any of these things. And then I have more screenshots, I'll share them. The guy who is at Faceit, why this happens is like, by popular demand, solo queue, duo queue is coming in Faceit for a test weekend. It took them 2 years. You can see June 2025. I was writing with him September 2023. I've been giving Faceit so many ideas for free, never asking for money, nothing. I was like, guys, this is not gonna work. Don't do it. They do it. Everybody mad. Cheaters everywhere. I even told them, guys, you put Steam login, so somebody who's abusing Premiere on Valve will now get to level 30,000 elo, and he will go to Faceit and have level 8 and instantly start cheating. That's why we have rage hackers on Faceit. They're like, no, this is great idea, you know? And it ended up being a trash idea because the whole platform and the admins there are like clueless about the scene, about the game. But you know what's crazier? Crazier is that now we have on CS2 news what's happening in the love life of the pros. CS2 currently has no content whatsoever, so the content creators on Twitter have started going into the relationship of the pros. At the moment, we have Simple's ex-girlfriend, Ahrinian, saying the breakup with Simple was my decision. We broke up a bunch of times. It was a long distance and unhealthy relationship. We remained on tense terms. It just wasn't meant to be. Different people. Then he goes with another one. Now the content we have is Simple went spicy in Twitch, typing lines like, when she's drunk, all my words become fantasies. Can you moan? the guy, can you moan please? When she's drunk, all my words become fantasies. So I don't see that mouth next to me. So, bro, listen, Simple. If Richard Louis sees this, he might call you an abuser or what he called me. Guy, don't show this to Richard Louis. If he sees this, he might make a video Simple abusing his girlfriend on Twitch chat. He might make a video, you know, you never know. Then look at the comments. We got Simple drunkeries before GTA 6. We need new updates if that's the news we are getting. He's talking about CS2 updates. Guy flirting with his girlfriend isn't news. It is. Simple writes a tweet to his girlfriend, and look at this guy. I don't know if you saw this guy's photo. Holy I saw it, I was like, holy I first thought it was fake, but then I checked. Anyway, there's really a lot of perverts and gooners in the CS community, which is really sad to me. And a lot of people don't see anything wrong with it. And no, it's not just a joke, and I do care, and you should too. You guys should care as well. This is not a joke. This is not a joke. I can't believe Simple is a sexomaniac and a misogynist. Bro, people are crazy, bro. Yeah, but Simple went spicy in Twitch chat, so it's okay. Simple shares his opinion about Norwegian. he is too big. I don't know what Simple's talking about. He says he's too big.